Welcome to today's live stream. Today we have got Total Rush Team 2. Hopefully it's going to be a good one today. And I'm actually going to kick things off by questioning myself as to whether I finished the objective that I was doing or not. Did I get... I did. So I've got all of the rush objectives done for this week. So we get ourselves... I mean, that's not right. Nice. Yeah. We'll get ourselves something, and I believe that group reward is the one that's supposed to be Ito. Right? Total Rush Ito. We've played Possession. I think these are just two little picks. And then, in the season, I also... oh my god. I think these are also both, like, one of 3 83 plus picks or something. I'm hoping that if I restart the game, that's going to fix itself. If not, that's going to be a little bit infuriating, not going to lie. Button delay and passing, horrible post-patch for you. I've seen a mixture of people's opinions post-patch. Some people are saying that it's not changed anything. Some people are struggling post-patch. So, I don't really know, to be honest. Right, has this fixed the objective problem? Normally it does. Just a quick little restart. Let's have a little check though. Yes! So, we get a 1 of 2 80 plus, we get Ito, we get a 1 of 2 80 plus, a 1 of 3 75 plus, and was I right? So 1 of 3 83 plus in both of these levels as well. So that is what I am about to get. I'm not sure if there's anything else. That's fine. I've got these that I need to do if I'm going to get them. Sanchez I've still not finished. Lol. Not that it really matters. It's not like I'm planning to put him in the team. Oh, so this came out yesterday. That's fine. Liga F, Spanish, La Liga. That's okay. Live, I did Danny Parejo because I already had that stuff in my starting 11. So that was actually really, really handy for that one. We got him without even having to try. So, things you love to see. If we're going to get the Squad Foundation cards, then we don't want to leave it till the last minute. So maybe I do need to have a little look at that. In terms of stuff on the transfer list, there's a few bits and bobs that would take us to like $500,000. But that's fine. That's perfectly fine. Rewards went big, got a 210k player in the player pick, Rush Dallo. Nice. Yeah, I mean, that Dallo, his base card was decent. So I'm imagining that this... I mean, in terms of an upgrade, he's got what? 5 pace, 5 shooting, 5 passing, 4 dribbling, 6 defending, and 4 physical. Which is pretty damn good, considering his base card was solid. Also got 3 more play styles. Didn't change his roles. Yeah, I'm not surprised that he costs what he does. Because utilising his base card at the very beginning, he really wasn't that bad. Afternoon, hello, welcome everybody. Have I ever played PUBG Mobile? I've not. I play a lot of normal PUBG. But I don't really play any mobile games. Definitely not mobile games that are basically mobile versions of normal ones. So like COD or FIFA or FC. I don't see the point, really, when I can just play the normal version. If I was going to play mobile games, then it would be games that are specifically like mobile. But got console, got PC, got everything. I don't really need to do it, so I don't. Gameplay feels a lot different. Trailblazer really nerfed. Your wingers and striker makes more runs. You think Trailblazers are slightly nerfed. Driven pass is more likely to go towards the wrong player. See, that slightly frustrates me, because I feel like driven passes are pivotal to actually being able to play the game. So, I mean, I haven't done my playoffs yet, so we're going to start off and play a couple of games of qualies and see whether I can notice those differences. Because if so, that's gonna suck. Not gonna lie. But today I've been doing a bit of draft off stream whilst also doing some editing. If you missed the Thomas Tuchel video that I put out on the football channel yesterday, then I would really appreciate it if you could check that channel out, because I put a lot of time and effort into the videos on there, and I really appreciate it when people do give them a watch. I have done all of the rush stuff, yes. Oh. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, we also did Danny Parejo, so that is fine. I'm just checking there wasn't anyone else that I had, like, obtained or anything like that that needed to even go on, like, the bench or something in this squad. Frumball, hello! You agree with a lot of what I said? Good to know. First time here? Well, Cameron, welcome. Hopefully you enjoy the stream. If you have any questions, then the whole point of these streams is to get as many people involved as possible, answering all the questions and comments, and just making you feel like you're part of the community. So if you enjoy the stream, if you're on YouTube, all I ever ask in response, give it a like. Because the more likes that a stream gets, the more it gets pushed out into the world and further into the YouTube space for potentially more people to see it. So that would be amazing if you could support the stream in that way. So, let's go. Hope you well, had a good day. I have had a decent day, I can't lie. And whilst I'm not feeling back to normal yet, I mean, when did we... So it was about a week ago that I started feeling bad. And it was the Sunday night that I went to hospital. I definitely don't feel like I did then. I definitely feel better. But I also definitely don't feel normal again yet. But in general, things are better than they were. I can't believe that we've had a big patch already, and we still don't have the ability to turn off those stupid things that pop up at the start of the game, talking about the roll pluses and stuff like that. Like, fair enough if you want to have them on by default, but give us an option. Just a little toggle to turn them off would be more than fair. IMO. Oh, we ignored the skill move. Oh, I need to remember this is Champs qualifiers, not Rivals, so I probably actually need to properly pay attention. I just went, like, even though I know that I loaded up Champs, as soon as I got into the game, for some reason in my head it was Rivals, so... Yeah, we probably do actually need to properly try and win this one. That's beautiful by Sam Kerr, and that has flown in. I don't know why his keeper hasn't moved there. Knew you were feeling bad, didn't realise you'd been in hospital. Yeah, I put... Like, I did a thread of update tweets about it on Sunday going into Monday. And you can't turn it off. No, that doesn't work. It doesn't work. Not on Ultimate Team. So whether the setting that turns it off in other modes is just broken in Ultimate Team, who knows? but you can't get rid of it in the mode where it matters the most. No! This patch has done nothing except fix the RB glitch. I mean, people are saying that with Trailblazers are the same, other than when you're... I personally think that Trailblazers were at their best when you, like, sprint into the perfect position to set them up. And apparently that has been changed. But if you're walking or jogging, they're exactly the same. Which, surely you nerf the shot type, not, like, the setup of the shot? I don't know. And then... 5 backs, I have absolutely no idea. I just don't have the game time post-patch to know just yet. Can you tell me which mic you're using? I use the Elgato Wave 3. And I would say it does a good job at cutting out background stuff. You can change the gain on it and everything like that. So if I wanted it all the way up here, whoops, so that you could hear every little background noise, and I probably sound a lot louder, then you can do that, or you can turn it down. I have it on normally about 40%. Oh. And it just perfectly integrates with Stream Deck and everything like that. It is actually a bit scary that, like, Elgato... Oh. Yeah. How do you have a first gameplay patch and you don't do anything about this? I don't know, man. Oh. Yeah, it's a bit scary how much of a monopoly Elgato have on the entire, like, content creation marketplace. Oh! I mean, that was not really a Trivella, but sure. Can you put stream up for download after you stream? Because have work and love the streams after work. What exactly do you mean for download, though? Or do you just mean to be able to watch afterwards? Because every single one of my streams, the VOD automatically goes into my past streams playlist on my channel. Every single one, automatically. I would have to manually make it not happen. Getting the Pepsi in for the new kits, of course. 5 backs have been nerfed as well. For download the whole stream. I don't think that's a... Oh my good god. That's not a thing. On YouTube. So... No. You thought Elgato is dead now as people are using that. Cheap and very convenient. I have never heard of whatever that is. Managed pack CR7 Rush? That's massive. Hate the non-sprint stuff, it's so slow. I don't really know what that means. What non-sprint stuff? What does that mean? Oh, what are you referring to? Oh, maybe a bit more power. Ball roll Trivella for the win so it doesn't impact you. It's a bit dumb then. They patch it, but only patch it when it's sprint. It doesn't make any sense. Oh! No! I mean, I did double tap past there. I don't know why he didn't slightly dink it. But that is a common thing in this game. If you try, like, double tap through balls or normal passes, a lot of the time... Nope. They just don't do it. Just finished the season pass, 86 times 2, Vinny Jr. That's insane. Are you married? No. 5-back's been nerfed as well. You say you play a 5-back. What a little rat! Honestly, it's the same. Brilliant. That's great. That's not what we like to hear. Although, to be fair, I'm not playing in the Elite Division every single game that I play, because I don't want to try and get up there, because it's not normally very fun playing the most sweaty people in the game. So, maybe 5-backs, for what I come up against, haven't really been anywhere near as big of a deal as other people are making it out. Is it because I'm just not coming up against as many as the average person? I'm getting a bit fortunate. Is it because of the way that I play? They're not as big of a deal? I have no idea. If I'm honest, oh, that pass was horrific, Francescoli. So about that patch where finishing inside the box was now going to be more like consistent and reliable. What was that? Game? What you got to say for yourself? Whoa. What a weird animation. You only have a problem against 5-back when they use top meta defenders. But I feel like when you're up against like the best defenders in the game, it doesn't really matter what formation they're in. They're going to be annoying. Why does it switch player though? These are the kind of things that I want patched. If I select a player from a corner and the ball is going directly to where I have sat that player in the box, why do you auto-switch it away to someone else? I don't get it. Surely the whole point of being able to select the player in the first place means you shouldn't be auto-switching at all. I mean, this game has been a shambles. This has been dreadful. I imagine it's been terrible to watch. It's been awful to play. Oh yeah, they supposedly nerfed over-the-top through balls. I haven't really seen people talking about that much, though, on Twitter, so I don't know how hard-hitting that change has been to people. He's fallen over, but there's no foul. Why? Oh, that wasn't for Sam Kerr though, was it? No one thought that was for Sam Kerr. Power shot volleys have been broken since day one. I guess people are now just trying to find the most broken setup for them. So you're saying the potential like sprint and hop the ball up rather than the scoop up, which is so wildly inconsistent, it's ridiculous. I mean, this game has just felt like I've absolutely battered my opponent the entire time, but everything at the same time feels like it's completely all over the place and there's not much control over any of it. I mean, I don't know what's just happened there with Sam Kerr. I mean, how's that ball got to her? Who knows? That was not where I aimed that pass. Oh, he didn't lock on properly. That's fine. Prem's back tomorrow. Hell yeah! Huge game for us. Why can't you see the... Is there a way for me to see the timing of that shot? How on earth has it gone there? 4 people tried it against you. If you don't close it down, they green it, it's in. Again, that's been the case since day one, but you've had to like rainbow or do the scoop. But the problem is both of those can sometimes go so far in front of your guy that it isn't reliable as a setup. But if the reliable setup is that little like dink forward by pressing the right stick in, one thing I don't understand though, how do people not activate player lock when doing that? Oh my god. Like when I try and scoop the ball or something like that, even though if you look at the control input on the right hand side, I'm not pressing the left stick in. It does a player lock when I'm only pressing the right. So that's going to be the setup right there. Even then, it's not reliable. I guess you need the space in front of you. Still trying to get used to dribbling on this game. Again, I probably shouldn't be trying stuff out in a champs qualifier where I'm only 1 goal up. Probably not the smartest idea. Win that. Didn't even try. Wow. Still seem OP to you. Couldn't tell if it was patched or not. They nerfed first time through balls, not through balls as a whole. Ah, right, yes. Yeah. Nice flick, Alex. It's fine, it's a dub. You can turn off the player. No, you can't. It doesn't work. If it worked, everyone would have done it day one. It does not work. Wish they changed how quick the referees want to red card you? What do you mean? What do you mean? Yeah, dominated, but just only 2 goals is a bit. You need to learn the across goal shot angle on precision from a tight angle. Put one out for a throw earlier. How much of a difference do you find it using precision? You saw Sheriff leaked it today. No, he was wrong. It doesn't work. It's not a leak either. Just because it's Sheriff posting something, it doesn't mean it's a leak for him to tell people to change a setting in game. That's called a tip or a tutorial at best, not a leak. But no, it doesn't work. Apparently works in career modes, but I'm not sure they're the people that are complaining about it. Maybe it's supposed to work in all modes, but it doesn't. But again, you just question how does something get in the game like that? Like, if genuinely the setting to turn off the roll plus things at the start of the game is in the game, but it doesn't work in Ultimate Team, how? How does the game release with that broken? I'd also love to know, though, who do they base the, like, gameplay off of? Like, in terms of what's broken in the game. So, power shot volleys are broken. They're really good, especially if you've got the playstyle. So either that is intended by EA for some bizarre reason, or it isn't found when testing the game, which I think is actually significantly worse. Because who are you getting to test it? Because it clearly isn't either pro players or people of any decent ability on the game that will try and find mechanics to abuse. You give pro players one day with a new FIFA or FC game, they will find stuff that is broken. In one day. So how in potentially months of testing do you not find these crazy broken things? Like the speed boost. You're telling me no one, when they were testing the game, even did it once accidentally? And thought, whoa, that was... what was that? Let's try and replicate that and see if we need to change that. Nope. So again, it's either one of two things, right? Somehow they don't find it whilst playtesting the game, or they don't think that these things are a problem. Which clearly shows that the people that are testing the game don't understand broken mechanics. Which is really bad. Every single game should have bug testers that are pretty much... like, if you're making a single player game, you should be hiring people that are known for being able to exploit bugs outside of the map, glitches and stuff like that, to test whether your game has any really simple flaws in it. The same thing should happen in this. All you would need to do is get 20 players that get rank 1 in champs every single week to play the game and play test the game for 1 week. Right? Pretty much every single broken game mechanic in your gameplay will be found in that 1 week. Because they will try everything. Starting off with stuff that was broken last year. So, I imagine basically every pro player, when they started up this game for the first time, would have tried out knockdown headers, and they would have tried technical dribbling. Because they were so prominent. As well as any skill moves, like step over boosts and stuff like that. They would have been the first things that were tested by the pros to see whether they worked this year or not. And then you go into phase 2 of, okay, this thing didn't work. Is there something similar that I can find as an alternative to create the same outcome? Oh. It's such a simple process, but it appears that each year EA don't go through said process themselves. It's bizarre. Scott, hello, how's it going? When you make a tackle, they red card you straight away. You've had more red cards within the first month than you did in the 6 months from last year. I've seen multiple people talk about this. And I personally don't understand where this is coming from. I'm not experiencing like crazy refereeing card decisions at all. Oh my god, he took so long to pass that ball. I just can't dribble on this game, still. I'm trying to use RB dribbling, LB dribbling, both trigger dribbling. I just can't find anything that works. Rudiger! Oh, come on! You played as Haaland on Player Career. It said Jesus won the Player of the Season, still gave you the objective on Ultimate Team. Nice. Been watching morning streams when you come home from work. I'm doing okay, thank you. I'm feeling better. Not fixed, but better. Don't matter close distance or dodgy angle. Realise how reliant you were on assisted shooting. I see. Fair enough. When testing games, they don't just sit there and play it. They press every button in every bit of the pitch, run into every board, skill into a post, which makes it even worse. Well, no, I would say that's what like the pros and stuff do. It feels like when EA play test their game, they play it normally, as if they were just sitting down and playing a casual game of FIFA with their mate. They don't play it in the way that it is actually played online. They can't. Otherwise, we wouldn't have the broken stuff that we have every single year. They simply cannot playtest it in the way that like elite level players do. Whereas in other games they do. Which is why you'll play like the best single player games in the world that have like the least glitches and stuff like that are the ones where they test everything. They'll probably go and nowadays get like the biggest glitching YouTubers to come and test their game to make sure that there aren't any massive bugs or exploits or anything like that. Whereas this game? No. This is what I mean. If this game was playtested like other games, or just by people that play this game every single day, this stuff would not make it into the final release. So, it's really embarrassing. And this is coming from someone that actually, like, I like the game this year. Outside of the delay that I've been having in Champs, I actually like this game. And maybe that's controversial because it's not cool to like these games. You're supposed to hate on it. But I don't really mind it. There's a few things that definitely need changing, but in general I like it. But it is still baffling to me that certain things can exist in the game. It's crazy. Who would want roles to block most of the pitch for the first 2 minutes? Yeah, I don't know. Like, I assume that the logic of having the roles appear at the start of a game is so that... Like, I feel offline it makes more sense. Because maybe you're coming up against Guardiola in career mode and he's playing some wacky roles that are just so bizarre that at the start of the game it might take you half of a match to figure out where the hell his players are going and what they're doing. So, pardon me, excuse me, in that regard, yeah, it might help. But especially online in Ultimate Team, where people can like instantly change formation and roles. Like, I don't know if anyone has actually taken in the information that they've seen on the floor at the start of a game. Because you are either trying to defend someone's kickoff, which is normally terrifying, or you're trying to attack from kickoff, and you just can't see what's going on because there's stuff in the way. No one's reading that information because it's not in a good position to read. It's just in the way. How on earth is that not a foul block off by Araujo? What? Wow, okay. So yeah, things like that, just not having such a simple on-off filter that actually works in every mode, is embarrassing from a game design standpoint. That you could understand if it was like an indie developer that had overlooked something, but no, they're one of the biggest game franchises of all time. There's no excuses when it comes to those little things. I've been battered in this game, by the way, as well. This... I mean, it would help if she passed the ball when I pressed the button. But... well, not battered, but I've struggled. Like, this person's clearly not bad at the game. Attacking-wise, I've not really had much going on at all. They're just defending basically anything I try with ease. Your favourite glitch has to be being able to move the opposition keeper in clubs. Yep, also a thing in Rush. Again, this is what I mean. How does that get in the game? You can understand, right, if there's like some really, really niche bugs or glitches that would only really be found by accident. But if there's a really, really ridiculous game mechanic that you literally just have to press one button for, and it's the most OP thing in the game, you didn't test your game. Otherwise, you would have known that that was a problem. Oh, he's fallen over as he's shot. But when they fix something, something else crops up that's meta. Then fix that as well. It's a very simple process when it comes to balancing of things. You fix things that are broken until nothing else is broken. For example, in COD, that releases, like, in a week, right? What a boring game this has been, by the way. There will be a couple of guns that come out day one in Black Ops that might be used by the community the most, that are deemed to be OP. They'll be patched, and then they'll move on to something else. But eventually, it will form to a point where there isn't anything that really stands out, it's just balanced. But we never get that in these games. Never happens. Guardiola did used to be an icon, yeah. No one used him. Yeah, I don't know if there was a single shot on target in that 90 minutes. It's been a shocking, shocking match. Am I confident about the game tomorrow? No. I'm not sure there is any realistic Leicester fan that will be confident about a game at any point soon. That was a filthy turn. There was a shot on target. To be fair, though, some of the opportunities should have resulted in shots on target, but the gameplay just feels dreadful. So somehow you're like Sam Kerr misses the target from 6 yards out. Or something stupid like that. How has he even turned like that? And why are you the wrong side of him? What are you doing? Is he going to try and speed boost through? No. Get off me. Oh my good God. I can't do anything. But yeah, I don't think that any, again, realistic Leicester fan would be confident in any game until we could string a few results together. Oh my good God. This is ridiculous. Can I have the ball? I mean, it took me about 8 attempts to switch to the player that I wanted there. This has been a horrible, horrible match. And I apologise to anyone watching. Because the level of quality has been on the floor. Tackle from behind. Please, please change them. Right, where did I get to? Now they can add patches later once complaints come in. In old days, game had to have no bugs, there's no patches. It's true. It's true. A lot of players still don't predict the boost if you don't make it obvious. That doesn't really surprise me. At least feeling a bit better, nothing worse than delayed champs when feeling rough. Yep. Morning streams have been okay. For example, on racing games, they don't sit there and drive, they crash into every tree and on every part of the track and gravel to check it works. Yes, but that's my point. That happens in basically every other game, but it does not happen in these games. Nobody can sit here and tell me that these games get play tested anywhere near the way that other games do. Because it's just false. The playtesters that are in charge of finding out like bugs, broken mechanics, balancing of mechanics and stuff like that, they don't understand the game. And the thing is, sometimes they have like such good ideas, but they're just poorly executed, and then they just don't really change them after that point. For example, chem styles, right? Why haven't we had a freshen up of chem styles in years? I would say on average, I don't even know how many there are. Let's say there's 20 different chem styles. People probably use about 5 different ones throughout the entire year. How have you not done anything to address that in the... How long have they been a thing now? Like 5 years? Game is too defensively orientated. So boring. I don't actually know if I agree with that this year. I just think the community play the game in a risk-averse way, and so therefore that's the way that it's portrayed. What a waste of everybody's time, by the way. We just spent like 20-25 minutes in order to lose a qualifier game in one of the most dull matches of FC25 the world has seen. Yeah, like... the general play and stuff like that is just... It's not exciting. It's not forward thinking. People are scared to do anything that isn't guaranteed to work. So instead of trying a nice little triangle set of passes between players, they won't do that because they won't be able to react to what happens. Whereas, if they know that they can just ping a ball 60 yards from one fullback to one winger, they'll do it every single time because they know what they're going to get. People want to do as little as possible to get results. And that can be applied to both gameplay and game modes. Like, people want Div Rival rewards by winning like 3 games instead of 15. And in-game, people try to score in the easiest and most efficient way possible because they don't dare to do anything else. Or be inventive or whatever. So whatever the meta is, you're going to see it all the time because it's just ingrained in people's heads that, well, how else am I going to score? I know that this works. I'm never going to try anything else. What are the best formations this year? No idea. I don't Google or search these things because it goes exactly... Jesus Christ. It goes hand in hand with exactly what I'm talking about. People don't experiment on these games anymore. They just try and find the best tactics, the best formations, the best players instantly. They don't ever try anything anymore. This gameplay feels so heavy. My God. Oh. So instead of trying to find a formation that they really like themselves, they'll just go and search what the best one in the game is so that they can just copy and paste what everyone else is doing. And it just makes the game more boring. With the lack of creativity and everything like that. Hamsik, please run forward. I do have to say, post-patch, some people have been saying that their players are making like better runs and stuff when they're using inside forwards on wingers. I don't really seem to be experiencing better runs in the 4-1-2-1-2 narrow at all. Have you seen if people have moved on from 5 backs? No idea. I was saying it earlier. I actually haven't had the... Oh my God. Just pass it, man. I actually haven't been scarred by coming up against constant 5 backs on this game like everyone else seems to be. And I don't know if that's, again, just because I'm not playing in the Elite Division. I don't know. But that's not what I wanted. I wanted it to Hamsik and then maybe to Sam Kerr. He took too long to pass the ball again because of the damn gameplay. Yeah, I haven't had as much of a problem with it. See, that was actually nice play. I rate that. Oh, and then my keeper's just not throwing it to my player. Wow. Champs feels awful today. Just not going to play. I mean, Champs feels awful most of the time. Cooper's away form in the Prem is shocking, so you're not expecting anything, but it'll be very bad if we lose. It'll be catastrophic if we lose. Oh my God. No, oh. Cooper in or out? In as it stands. I don't see the reason to get rid at this stage. I don't think it would make any sense. It would be different if there had been like nothing to be positive about or anything like that. If none of our players had shown like any glimpses and everyone just looked absolutely depressed and just like rejected in every single game. But that isn't the case. So we have like 3 fixtures now following the Bournemouth win. Where we need to pick up points. And if we don't, then I think that question can be asked. Oh! RU makes the fans depressed, though. In some games, yeah. RU hasn't been terrible in every game. Not close to it. However, the last, is it 2 home games? How on earth he has stayed on the pitch as long as he has? I don't think anybody in that stadium, other than Steve Cooper, could tell you. Especially with the comments that he made about Mavididi in the first of those 2 games, where he basically said, oh yeah, he subbed him instead because he felt his race was run. Like he was too tired and everything like that. In the last game we played, RU looked tired after 5 minutes. So, it's BS. And in some moments, I say the same thing every time I'm talking about Jordan Ayew. For the first couple of touches of a ball, he is fantastic. Like, sometimes the way that he'll bring it down or hold up play is great for the first couple of touches. But then he needs to pass. Or do something. He needs to release the ball. But he holds on to it for too long. That's his biggest problem with me. So he does have a use. However, you could argue that that use would potentially be better when we're already winning. You bring him on as a sub to slow things down up front, to try and keep hold of possession a bit more whilst the other team are coming at you. You then have a forward who you can put the ball into and he'll chest it down and he'll hold players off. Rather than doing that for 90 minutes instead of getting at fullbacks like a proper winger like Fatawi would do. Or creating like a proper number 10 would do. The biggest problem with RU is his current job. We don't have a position in the formation for it. If you were playing a 4-4-2 and he was playing as one of the 2 strikers, hell yeah, he'd be great. He would bring a really, really helpful side to your squad. By the way, this is a horrible experience, this qualifying session so far. Okay, just don't shoot when I press the button. It's not as if the goalie's on the floor and you probably could have just poked it in. And then my keepers ran past the ball instead of just sliding him there. Great. I'm having a fantastic time. What a pass. Nooney, no. As we've just talked about, I'm not confident in any game as it stands. Because yeah, if you're starting him as a number 10, he's nowhere near creative enough to play that position. It doesn't make any sense. If you're starting him on the wing, he's not quick enough. He's not direct enough. So the position that he fits in the team, we don't have in our formation. Oh, how? So therefore, why is he playing 90 minutes? Is he manual offsiding in this game? No idea. This is horrible. I just hate champs on this game. The gameplay is just horrible. I see people basically every day on Twitter crying about Div Rivals. I actually don't mind Rivals at all. Because at least the gameplay is fine. But as soon as you head into champs, you're playing a different game. A delayed, sluggish game. That isn't enjoyable. And for once, it's not just because of the meta and how people are playing. Get off me. Like every pass, it's just so slow. Shoot, man! Ugh. At least we didn't concede on the counter that time, like the previous one where we should have scored. Oh. Wow. Keeper style, score one then defend. Yeah. The AI tackle. Both of us were looking at my forward there. Oh my god. No one in the world thought that pass was going to De Jong. Oh, it's 6 o'clock. Right, good. Let's get out of this qualifier as soon as possible then, and then look at the 6 PM content. I didn't actually realise we were that close to it. Oh, it's because the previous game went to extra time, isn't it? I knew I had time for like 3 games, but I forgot that that one had... gone to extra time. So... hopefully this one won't be too long, and then I can show you Total Rush Promo Team 2. What? Are you kidding me? If you leave a Rush game, do objective stuff count? I highly doubt it. I don't know why that would be the case. Which is why you see people get 1 assist and then put their controller down. Oh, this gameplay is going to make me punch myself in the head soon. Oh my good god, you're not that bad. And of course we're up against a tool because welcome to champs. Your game just crashed, checking evos, nice. Another year where team press does absolutely nothing, and you cannot counter someone that just passes around the back. EA, it's only been probably a decade since this has become a problem. You still haven't given us a way to counter this. Cheers, guys. Really, really entertaining. What a game. Look at that for a team press. I don't have anyone near him. Dear God. Is El Canus any good? Heard loads of people say he's overrated. I don't really know what that would be based on. I think he'll start because Buonanotte's been away with Argentina. Jack, I agree. Only defensively minded. I wouldn't say defensively minded, but more so hold-up play and stuff like that. What a shocking, shocking time this has been so far. How am I? I'm having an awful time because I'm doing my qualifiers and they're laggy, delayed mess. It's not enjoyable. Right, Ito was... Oh, of course. Of course. How stupid of me. Players sometimes feel like they're running on a treadmill. Yeah. I think I'm going to do champs in like the mornings. So I might do some games on like Friday mornings, but the majority I think I'm going to do Saturday and Sunday mornings because the gameplay was just better when I played them previously. So, Total Rush Takeover 2, Milik, 3-star, 4-star. Sure. Seems okay. And we're in more Flash Rush events. Assist, score, and get points. Goal Frenzy! Assist 10 goals, win 5, score 10, play 10 matches. You know what? I don't mind this. With the main reason being... it's not in separate games. That was the biggest frustration with the previous ones, was assist in like 10 separate games meant that you would just come up against... you'd come up with teammates that would refuse to shoot. They just wouldn't ever shoot. It was really frustrating. So the fact that like you could do this in one game, much, much better. Seasonal, anything new in there? Doesn't look like it. But we do have World Tour Elena Julve, right winger who doesn't look great. Why are those at the top of the screen? That's really putting me off. 4-star, 4-star. She's 5'1". Great height. Right wing, right mid striker. It's okay. Better as a right mid. I mean, a good range of playstyles is nice. And you know what? The roles actually fit the player. You've seen some cards where she'll have like winger plus plus on right mid, but not have winger plus on right wing. This one makes a lot more sense. Wide midfielder plus and then winger plus. Sure. Okay. FC Coaching Masterclass. Want to learn how to improve your team's tactics? Watch the video to start your masterclass coaching session with Tex and learn how to play like a pro. Wow. A Pep Manager card. Rodrygo on loan. Rodrygo and Haaland on loan. I mean, okay, sure. And then this one, you get Arne Slot, you get Van Dijk and Salah on loan. Okay. Sure. Sure thing. Evolutions! What have we got? Anything new? No. On a Friday night. That's disappointing. SBCs. Premium Gold Pack. Surely there's not. Whoa! Jorginho Rutter. His base card's double 5-star, right? Double 5-star, 88 rated Rutter. 6 foot. Cam or striker. It's an interesting card. Shadow Striker, Playmaker, or False 9. 4 squads, 14 days. 84, 84, 85, 86, with the 86 being the only one that doesn't require an inform. Maybe it'll be really good. I don't know. I'm assuming that's it in terms of SBCs. Okay, so what players have we got? Oh yeah, I did a TikTok on them earlier. Lol. Neymar does have a hat on. Did Icon pack and got Rush? Sounds standard, to be honest with you. How many is that? 6, 11, 15. So, who are the cards? Who are the cards that have not been released today? Is the question. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Oh, see, no, he put 50... Oh. He deleted the previous tweet? Where is the previous tweet? Who hasn't come out tonight that will be coming out, I guess, in like a mini release? Right. Oh, no, that included SBCs. Oh, and some incorrect ratings in the predictions. I was swearing in my head there was someone to the left of Putellas in the like list of players, but they had Salah down as a 91 when he's actually a 90. They also had Neymar down as a 90, but he's coming at 88. I mean, this is... It's basically just Trailblazers 2.0, isn't it? Really. Some of the cards are getting nice... Like, the upgrades on Lewandowski... Oh, it's not going to be... let's just do that. Like, Lewandowski up to 85 pace is massive. Like, that's a big upgrade. Same with, like, De Bruyne in Team 1. Those kind of boosts do make a big difference. Let's quickly have a little look at Neymar. And see the difference in stats. I mean, people bidding that much on the first Neymar on the market are mental, but sure. So, how much of an upgrade has he got? 2 pace, 3 shooting, 2 passing, 1 dribbling, 3 defending, 5 physical. The stamina does go up by 7. Reactions haven't really been fixed. Balance up by 4, though, is really good on a +1 on dribbling. They also give him dead ball. Interesting. Just bring back Ultimate Scream. I feel like people overrate past promos. Like Ultimate Scream, there were a handful of cards that were decent. The rest, no one gave a damn about. Okay, what is going on here? Do I have to open these first, I guess? Before I can actually send the stuff to the club? Yeah, bring back Movember. Goated promo. You like unique cards, not just meta ones. But what are you talking about? What do you mean? What is going on here? Right. Christ. Okay. 99 pace Busquets. Yeah. Havertz. 82 times 3. As in, Ultimate Screen just had unique boosts at certain times. Yeah, but the vast majority of them were garbage. It wasn't as if those boosts were actually crazy good. Same players every year getting promo cards. You sure Andre has had one every year? See, this is one thing where I will defend EA, which I don't like doing because there are many, many things that you can slag EA off for, and I think that would be very, very fair. However, two things, right? One, you have to remember this is a business from EA, right? What is going to make them the most money? Putting in someone like an Mbappe, right? However, maybe in one promo they don't. But then you know what people do? They just don't use the other players. There are promo cards that exist that are really good, but because they're not a massive name, none of you will ever use them. The same people that will sit there and say, oh, I'm tired of this guy getting promos all the time. They'll bring out, like this Donny van der Beek. This card is fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Yet he's 15,000 coins because it's Donny van der Beek. If base Jude Bellingham had these stats, he'd be, again, 100, 200,000 coins because it's Bellingham. But the vast majority of people, they'll see his price, they'll see that he's 15k because he's not a massive name player, and they'll think, oh, he clearly can't be that good. Sam Kerr is a perfect example of this. This card is fodder. Yet she is absolutely ridiculous in-game. But because it's Sam Kerr and it's not Mbappe, people don't care. So EA do bring out promo cards for different players. It's not as if every single promo has Mbappe in it. But if we go here and look at the top players here, right? Look at this Marta card, for example. Right? 5-star, 4-star. Really, really nice. Right? 88 rated. Maybe you boost up her pace, but pace doesn't really matter. Agree, but the reason you're citing for people using those cards is the same reason why burnout for the player base gets bigger and bigger every year. EA feed that cycle, the user base can't break the wheel for them. I don't know what you mean. The burnout for the player base doesn't get bigger every year because they have more players. And they make more money every single year. If people were bored of them releasing... Like, you have to think, right? The casual player likes the big name players to get better cards. Because they're the ones that they know. The average player isn't going to care about... Like, who's the worst one here? Elmas getting a card because they don't know him. So they have no interest in using him. So they only care about the bigger names. Which is again why EA are therefore more likely to put bigger names in promos Because that's what the average person wants. If the average person sees a promo full of players they've never heard of, it doesn't interest them. Even if the stats are really good, they don't care about them. Which is, again, why you will see some ridiculously good cards for lesser known players that are really, really cheap. Because people don't care about them. They care about using Ronaldo. And so therefore Ronaldo's card will be massively overpriced compared to what it should cost for what the card is. Whereas if, I don't know, if Umbuemo got exactly the same card as Ronaldo, he wouldn't cost as much. Because it's Umbuemo. And people don't care about him. That's why you never use the women, you don't know one player. And see, this is sad, because some of the... I think one really, really good thing so far this year is I am using more promos than previously, because I'm ticking them off in the collection book when they come out. And so I'm utilising... For example, someone like a Donny van der Beek. I previously may not have tried him out, but this year we're finding like some hidden gems, and some of those can be informs and stuff like that. Some of them can be promos. And some of the unknown players, especially the women, are so good, but because people don't know who they are, their price isn't as high, because they're not as in demand. And it's great for me. It is great for me. I love it. Like this Dallo. Dallo's going to be good. But you'll have an equivalent card that is some random guy or girl from some other league. They'll cost a fraction. They'll probably cost like 10% of this card. They make more money because they make more and more expensive packs, charge people for early access to the game, and play off their player base addiction. You're not saying the gamer isn't responsible, but EA are shameless. But, right, two things. That's crazy for you to say that EA charge people for early access to the game when that has been a thing on games. Like, basically every big game that releases has a special edition where you get early access. So to try and pin that as an EA thing is mental. Again, there are many things you can like moan at EA for, but that isn't one of them. That is a standard across the board in basically every game. And you're also getting the value of the points and other stuff, like a hero and everything like that, on top of the early access. So I think that's very, very harsh. But the only reason why they can put in more expensive packs is because people buy them. It's literally as simple as that. If EA put a load of stuff in the store and nobody bought it, they couldn't use that as their business practice because it wouldn't work. They wouldn't bring in any money by doing it. You've seen it in other games where they start to overcharge people or put stuff behind a paywall. People refuse to do it. There was a massive EA thing with Battlefront, with I think it was like a Vader. Like you couldn't play as him unless you bought something, or like the equivalent of doing it in game would take you like 1,000 hours or something crazy because of the scale of the currency or something like that. And so they had to change things. If people weren't so happy to go along with it, it would have to change. But they are. So it doesn't. Which is sad. But that is the case. Oh, but also the other point, Owen, you said, again, same players every year getting promo cards. You have to also realise how many promos there are now. So the odds of you going a full year without seeing a promo for a player that you know gets lower and lower and lower every single year. Whereas 5 years ago, when there were way less promos and stuff like that, and extra SBC cards and objective cards and stuff like that, there was a much higher chance that you wouldn't see someone get a card throughout that year unless it was performance-based. But now, because there's a promo every week, but on top of that, people now expect 1 or 2 objective cards. They also expect like 5 SBC players throughout that week as well. The number of players that feature in a promo is so much higher than it used to be, and the promos are constant. So, if you use Andre as an example, the odds of him not being chosen in a promo throughout the year are just so low. So, again, there are things that you can get frustrated at and, like, blame EA for, but a lot of other things just make sense. And, like, especially because it's what the community have pushed them towards. Anyone, like, EA can't be blamed for releasing promos all the time, because whenever a single day goes by in a game cycle that is out for a full year, if you get a day, and you're guilty of this, the person that's talking about this on Twitch right now, because I've seen you say stuff in chat that is similar to what I'm about to say. If we have a new promo, like this Total Rush Team 2, that comes out today, if we didn't get a player SBC, we didn't get an objective, we didn't get an Evo, people would go mental. Because they now expect new content and players every single day. Because their attention span is just getting lower and lower and lower. And they just need more constantly. There's never enough. Whereas back in the day, I mean, you didn't even have promos. You just had Team of the Week and Team of the Year. And that was fine. You didn't have all these rewards and everything being hyper competitive and sweaty. It was just enjoyable. And when we did get bonus stuff, it was great. And when they introduced stuff like SBCs, it was really cool. But I don't think if you asked anybody, when SBCs got introduced in FIFA 17, if you had asked the entire player base, such a tiny fraction, like minuscule percentage of people would have said, oh yeah, we need a new SBC player every single day. Whereas nowadays, if we go one day without one, even though you've literally had a player for the past 27 days released as an SBC, you've probably had 5 objectives in that time, 3 promo teams. You go one day without a card, it's nonsense, it's garbage. EA are the worst. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. And then if the card isn't an elite tier card, they're like, oh, who's interested in that? But not everyone is wanting the biggest and best cards to be released as SBCs every day. And then if it is a mega card, they'll be like, oh, it's too expensive, we have no way to get the fodder. EA can't win when it comes to that kind of thing. The community has pushed this game to be so content heavy that EA are stuck having to do that. And again, if EA release a player SBC that is deemed like not interesting by the community, then everyone will moan. And so therefore, they have to release bigger and better ones. It's the same with promos. So you say that you can't... Like, the community have basically funneled EA to the point where they now just have to keep releasing bigger and better stuff constantly. Otherwise, they'll be disappointed. But that just means that the game's power curve is non-existent anymore because it's out of control because of what people want. They did occasionally give us man of the match and hero cards. Rarely, yeah. I think if you just go through gold players last year, check if they have a promo, probably every 83 plus has a promo card. Yeah, probably. Liam, I have absolutely no idea, to be honest with you. Sorry. Partially because I don't know prices, and I'd be scared to buy anyone with that amount of coins. Open the player pack in the store. You know what? If you donate me enough money to buy that pack with points, I'll do it. But if you don't do that, hell no. Why would I spend the coins that I've earned on a pack because one random person wants to see it? That's crazy. The cry for content is a big negative for you personally. I couldn't agree more. It's killing the game more and more every single year. It's like when you get to Team of the Season and people are desperate for like the 85x10 season to start. The sooner that those things come into the game, the quicker the game dies. But people don't seem to realise that. But then they get the content. It's like a content addiction where they need to see something, anything, so that they have content. But then 5 minutes later, the adrenaline and endorphins that they've got from that content, it's gone. And they need another shot of it as quickly as possible. So they're desperate for more the next day. Even if they don't actually do any of the SBCs or objectives, they still want and need more. That's not good for anybody. It's not good. And Ali, we're going to time you out because you're telling me to spend money when I've just told you there's no chance that I'm doing that. So please, shut up. I'm not buying packs. You don't believe that gamers should have to put their own lens and requirements on the game to enjoy it. That isn't the player's responsibility. But what are you talking about? They don't. What's actually worse is the idiots that complain about the game every single day and yet they still play it. Nep tweeted about that earlier. I've been saying it for years. Like, some of my mates that are not people that I've met like through YouTube or whatever, like school mates that play this game and moan about it every time they play it. I have questioned one of my mates for over a decade now why he buys this game every year. Because the only thing I ever see him do is moan about it. I don't get the logic. Why don't people do something else that they know they're going to enjoy instead of buying something that they know they're going to complain about, spend time on it and still not get enjoyment out of it? It's baffling. Play something else. Do a different hobby. I don't know. It's crazy. Gone are the days we got one promo every 3 weeks. Yep. With the FIFA points you get with the Ultimate Edition, it's technically worth the money as well. Yeah. Yeah. You expect objectives for every mode weekly, that's it. That's the bare minimum for nearly every game, and EA do not do that. I'm not sure exactly what you mean. So answer me this. If EA aren't trying to funnel money out of their wallet, why are there untradeable rewards? And why are packs you can pay for untradeable too? Because if every pack that was in the store and every pack that was in rewards was tradable, things would become so top heavy. people moan about this game being pay to win, right? If every single pack that was in the store was tradable, I'd agree with you. I would agree. But the fact that nowadays, the vast majority of packs that will actually guarantee you anything of note are untradeable means that you're paying for a slight chance to improve your untradeable team. Whereas if they brought, like, you know the packs that they bring out that give you, like, guaranteed heroes, icons, promo cards. If all of those were tradable, the market would... every card would be 15 mil that's even close to elite. If there weren't untradeable packs. Because of the crazy way that the power curve works now, and the level of cards... that is what it would be. It would be like FIFA 15. Where, in order to get gold Ronaldo, you had to buy coins. Otherwise you couldn't get him. You had to spend money. It'd be the same. You agree the player is responsible for buying them, but to withhold the ability to resell them is completely unnecessary. Again, I disagree because of what I just said. i.e. the collection book, i.e. net playing an Arsenal RTG. I'm a little bit behind, so I don't know what that was in reference to. Basically, just describe most content creators, they're never happy, especially Nep. I disagree with that. There are some. Like, there are many very, very hypocritical people that create content on the game. That moan about the fact that there are massive promo packs in the store, but then they put out a video every other day of opening share plays of the same packs. They're causing the problem. The same people that moan about the fact that everyone's running the same tactics and stuff like that, but then they do it themselves as well. The people that say that we don't need a promo every single week, but then again, you'll see them ripping packs for them all. Every single time. It's problematic. This game, though, is dead after Team of the Year. Gone are the days using a full rare gold team in late August. Yeah. The second half of that is true. To say the game is dead after Team of the Year is baffling to me. Team of the Season is basically the best part of every single FIFA nowadays. And then after that, you get into Mental Season with FUTTIES, where you can do whatever the hell you want and have fun with it. I think the period between Team of the Year and Team of the Season is the biggest struggle period every single year. For, like, content creators and stuff, views will dip so hard during that period every time. How much will Neymar Rush be? Millions. Robert, yeah. Packs you pay actual hard-earned money for should be tradable. Nothing will change your mind. I mean, that's your opinion. It would just contribute to a broken market, where the average person you would have to spend money to even come close to keeping up. That was in regards to applying a lens over again to enjoy it. Oh, I see. But I don't... that's not... like, I'm not enjoying this game because I've got my collection book. I like this game. It has its problems, but I enjoy this game. So, that isn't true for me. Excuse me. As it stands this year. But I feel like that's a thing with... I know what you mean. Like... Yes, you shouldn't have to... You shouldn't have to have your own targets and goals and stuff like that in order to make the game enjoyable. However, at the same time, a lot of people do that in games because it makes it more fun. Like, for example, COD. A lot of people will aim to get all of the camos and attachments and stuff like that and get to max level. They don't need to in order to enjoy hopping on and playing, but they set themselves a goal. A lot of people on this game will now have like Evo squads of like of the club they support, and that's cool. That hopefully they enjoy the game without having a new card every single day that will add to that. I think like you say that everyone's a hypocrite or whatever at some point in their lives. Obviously, yes. By the way, I've just seen this, and you know what? I now hate this game. Why? On the left-hand side, like transfer list and transfer targets, the text is in exactly the same spot. Why are winning and outbid higher up than selling and sold? Why is the font bigger? EA? I hate this game. But no, the problem isn't like being hypocritical once. It's the people that are literally like every single day that they create content or whatever are being hypocritical is the big problem. And yet if they got called out on it, then they'd get annoyed at you. Yeah, look at that. I don't like it. Guessing you don't recommend buying Hamsik for nearly 1.1 mil? No. No, I do not. We should be getting Evos every other day, and if you have to pay for an Evo, it shouldn't feel like a chore getting it done. Why should we be getting Evos every other day? Says who? 40k player pick and return, 2k player. Evos for you. Evos are the best thing that they have added to the game in I don't know how many years. Absolutely. I have played 3 games of qualifiers and it's been horrible so far. Because last year when they first released them before the game came out, they said we get 4 a week. I'm not sure if that was ever officially said. If you can send me where they said that, I'd love to read it. I opened the 10 coin pack. Who's on the Premier League Mount Rushmore? Probably Jamie Vardy, Riyad Mahrez, N'Golo Kante, and Shinji Okazaki. Bring back trade offers and transfers. And with that one sentence, you've completely killed the market. And every good card is now 15 million coins. So many people don't realise the problems... What? How? That some of these things cause. Like, coin selling right now and coin buying is quite well balanced with points on the game. Right? Some people will buy points, other people will buy coins. In the past, you've had a complete disparity. where coins was the only way that it would work because of how high the market was. Points weren't close to worth it compared to getting like 1 million coins for £2 on FIFA 15 or something like that. And the only way to compete was to get coins. If you bring back trade offers, that exact same thing happens again. I haven't had to buy coins so far this year because I made an okay amount at the start, and then like last week's champs rewards got me like 800,000 coins or something like that. Or the first one, the first champs rewards got me like 800k on the content account, which is just ludicrous, but has saved me having to spend any more money, which is great. Casper? Yeah, it could be Casper instead of Shinji. But Shinji is underrated. Because last year... Oh, no, we read that. And objectively... Henry... Premier League Mount Rushmore. Thierry Henry. John Terry. Probably got to get a midfielder in there, don't we? Maybe Lampard. Maybe Lampard. Is KDB pushing that? He could be. And then... probably Rooney. Or Vardy. Take your pick. You've never used guys like Ronaldo, Messi, Ibra in FUT 14 or 15 impossible to obtain without spending money. Yep. Which is why they introduced price ranges in FIFA 15. And I seemed to be one of the only people that thought it was a good thing for the game. Everyone else went mental. It was crazy. But if you're having one person from each line, then probably Henry, maybe Lampard, Terry, and then Schmeichel. Sadly not Casper though. Big Peter. Or Czech, you know. I feel like Czech is underappreciated for how unbelievable he was. Exactly, Geordie, yeah. That's what I'm saying. KDB could go in there instead of Lampard. He could. Henry has to be in there. Terry has to be in there. And yeah, maybe KDB makes it. Gareth Barry? James Milner. Ah. Nice. Feel a bit disappointed by EA concerning the state of EVOs this year. Don't think they're much of an improvement on last year's effort. I mean, to be fair, that is partly due to them having the issue that they had, which is why they didn't release EVOs for like nearly a week. Which, at the same time, is inexcusable that somehow you are releasing EVOs in a game that has those kind of problems in it. That shouldn't be the case to begin with. But that was problematic for them. Okay, read this. Alright. Let's go. Played 2 champs games, won 1, lost 1. Gonna wait till tomorrow to play on Sunday. Yep, I want to do more morning stuff with champs because last week when we played on Sunday morning, the gameplay was so much better. And as we got into the afternoon, the gameplay got worse. So I would like to try out more champs in the mornings. I can't see whether they're on side or not because of the stupid messages on the floor. Oh, what a header. Salah does 2 more years. He'll be up there with the Premier League GOAT. Salah gets into an all-time combined Premier League 11. Oh my good God, this game is mental. Sure. What a pass. Well, looks like we might have to actually go into a second set of qualies on the RTG this week. Holy crap. Goes back to the lack of in-game testing. Yep. It's genuinely so embarrassing. So embarrassing. You could maybe understand it, like, when you are, when they were starting out with Ultimate Team, and it was probably a small amount of developers working on this separate game mode, you could understand there being problems and stuff probably not being fleshed out properly and everything like that. A bit like Zombies in COD. Zombies started out as, like, a developer just working on something in their free time, and then it ended up being one of the biggest things in the franchise. So nowadays, compared to when the first maps were being released back on World at War, you can be a lot more critical of it because you've got so much more time, effort and resources going into building it and everything like that. And it's the same with this. There is simply no excuse for so many of the things that go wrong. An example being a prime example being something as simple as last year and at the start of this year for some people, not having a working new dot to clarify what I mean, like when you've completed an objective, and it will have that like little dot that says that something new is there, or maybe a number telling you how many objectives you've done or something like that. Not having a working thing like that in a game this big is insane. Like, obviously with gameplay, there's so many elements and stuff that go into it that there's a lot more room for bugs and everything, but a simple yes or no, are there new objectives to be claimed? How does that not work? It's crazy. And again, inexcusable. It really is. Oh. For a game series that's been going for decades, to have such simplistic problems in your game, year after year. Let's not even talk about the servers, because dear God. The worst netcode in gaming. This game series. Oh, we're actually going to have to qualify. I'll try and qualify again. Taz, yep. There's another way to look at this. What's the point changing when what works at the revenue Ultimate Team generates? Accounts for a large majority of EA as a whole. Because the more that people enjoy your product, the more likely they are to spend more time on it and more money that they'll spend on it. You can't tell me that EA wouldn't make more money if we had the gameplay of like FIFA 17 right now. There's no world where they wouldn't be making a ton more. Because so many people that would potentially be willing to buy packs are not buying packs because they won't want to use the players that they get. Because they know that they won't... Oh my God! They won't enjoy the gameplay because it's a delayed, crappy mess like what you're watching right here. So I get that Frankie de Jong in a pack. I'm not excited to use him and go into champs and use the card. Because he's not going to pass a ball when I press the button. Whereas if the gameplay is pristine and the menus work perfectly, people are going to spend more time and money on the product. Especially money on this one because of the way that packs work in relation to the gameplay. But when the gameplay is as crap as the Champs gameplay, people will be put off spending money. Because Champs is the be-all and end-all game mode. It's the big boy. It's the main one. So why would they want to spend money on the game to get players to go into a game mode where they have input delay in 2024? So that's why. Combined with the fact that it isn't the same developers that work on the gameplay as it is the ones that will be creating new cards or packs. You will have gameplay devs and then like UI devs and stuff like that work on the menus. It's not the same people. And as the game makes more and more money each year, the standards have to go up with that. Right? It's like with anything. If something is more successful, you expect higher standards and quality. You buy an iPhone nowadays, you expect it to basically be flawless. Whereas the first phone that they launched could have had some problems with it. And it'd be like, okay, it's their first iteration. Fair enough. How has that not gone in? Standards change. Even if he moves his keeper, someone with finesse shouldn't be failing to score there unless the keeper is right in the corner. Oh my god, we're out of power. We're out of power. We're going to concede. Because of course, they couldn't mess up at all. Of course. My keeper couldn't just pull off a crazy save or something. Just whilst I take 10 seconds to get the controller. Move your keeper that time, you little clown! Do a little dancey dance. Nope. I can't celebrate. I hate this game. Thank God I knew where my other controller was there. Woo. It's just a brick wall. Brick wall that had a hole in it! Farrah Williams. She's doing us proud. That's my ball? No, you slag. Had to play 2 qualies this week and now you're 0-1. As in 0-1 in finals or in like a third set of qualies? Just get rid of it. I don't trust this game to try and pass or dribble out from the back. Just have it. Wow. What? That's ball physics, though. Thuram's in! She didn't do a lob through ball because the controller's LB button isn't very good. In finals. I see. Again, get rid of it. Why are you delaying it? I specifically just held down that button immediately after I pressed pass. So that as soon as he got the ball, he would just boot it clear. Because I didn't want to risk anything. But no. Welcome to FC25, where we have input / oh, button delay. And you can press something, and sometimes it won't even happen. It won't even be delayed, it just won't happen. Rudiger, screw you, you clown. Although you have done the same for me numerous times, but that's not the point. Oh. Bang! That's my ball. No! Would not have admitted to failing qualies twice. Hey, this year it's significantly harder. Like, you just need a little bit of bad matchmaking, luck, in terms of like the level of player you come up against, and all of a sudden you aren't qualifying. Like, even if you're pretty decent at the game, I will not be shocked this year if there are multiple times where I don't qualify on the first time of asking. Because I just end up coming up against Div 1, Elite Division level players. And I'm not so far good that I can guarantee that I can get 3 wins against that level of player. And that's before you factor in any, like, bad fortune that you get in gameplay or anything like that. It's going to be a hard-hitting reality check for a few people that seem to maybe think that they're not going to have any trouble at all. Gameplay! Oh my good God. I cannot believe that we had a whole year without button delay. And now it's back. How? That actually makes it even worse. Like if we... Because obviously we had it in 21, 22, 23. If we'd had it in 24 and then had it again this year, okay. It would be garbage, but at least it would make sense. How does it disappear for a year? And now it's back. Blows my mind. Started finals last week 0-6. Clawed it back, but it scared you for future events. Yeah, not surprised. Bottom of the first week, couldn't believe it. As you said, 3 out of 5 with unfortunate matchmaking. Done it. Yeah, this actually seems like one of the better Adama Traore cards that there's been. Like, I think Traore each year, or whatever year he gets a promo card, the vast majority of them stink. I think they're terrible. And it's actually quite ironic that in the year that pace matters less than ever before, he actually has a decent card. Also, what's just happened there? Did that... This game struggles so much with, like, switching controllers and stuff. Oh, it's so frustrating. So frustrating. At least we did it, rather than having to go through it again. But it's going to happen at some point. Your assist isn't counting. Make sure you're using a gold card. I'm assuming you're having problems in Rush. Jack, nice. Like, where is it? Here. Although, to be fair, this one doesn't specify that it has to be... These ones don't specify that it has to be gold. Who knows? Maybe it's just EA being EA, and it just doesn't work. Because that's this game. Sadly, could be the case. Let me actually see what the new Rush event is. Minimum 80 shooting. Minimum 80 shooting. So who have I got that I could use? But if... I mean, it depends, doesn't it, on whether, you, again, with any objectives, you're supposed to use gold. If not, then any of these front three can go in. Farrell Williams can go in. Thuram can go in. Oof, that'll be a big one. Rodrygo, Fitz, Donovan, Lauren James, Van der Beek, Kane, De Bruyne, Beth Mead, Defoe. You've got to look at like what you've got across different leagues and nations in order to be able to hit the bonuses on the right hand side. Like, I always try and help out. So for example, Serie A, Çalhanoğlu could be a decent one there. Saudi League, we've got Mane. Bundesliga we've got. WSL we've got. Liga F we've got. La Liga. Prem. So it feels like I'm going to be able to help in a huge amount of scenarios here. You've got loads of players that fit. I mean, it is a very, very broad category, only having one requirement, and it being that low that you'll have defenders that fit in. Like, Mappy Leon nearly fits in. She's a centre-back, for Christ's sake. So I think that one will be quite easy to manage to hit the stuff on the right-hand side. Oh, I didn't even realise that this is what you... Oh, right, that makes sense. Wow. I mean, is this going to drop the price of, like, these guys? Everyone's going to have them on loan. Maybe not. I guess that's why they've separated like the top two most expensive ones behind the other objective, like Van Dijk and Salah. Otherwise, maybe it would affect that. Just from playing one game. Maybe not. But tonight, I was actually thinking of potentially doing something that I haven't done in ages, which is buying a new promo player and doing a video on them on the night that they release, because it's normally terrifying with prices of cards. For example, Neymar. Neymar's 2,450,000. Maybe you go for like the level below. So like a Wirtz or a Lewandowski. Yeah, a lot of these cards are expensive. Lewandowski's a mil. Wirtz is just over a mil. The problem is with me, I feel like I can pretty much guarantee that whatever I buy them for, they'll just drop massively. But I've heard Jack talking about it recently, that a lot of the time now, when he does videos on a Friday, if you buy a player like an hour after they come out, a lot of the time they'll then go back up. So, is this the time to buy? Maybe I could keep track of like a couple of prices and see. So if I kept looking at Lewandowski, Wirtz, and Zaire Emery, if we're looking at the players that have come out, on the content account, I think I have like 1.7, 1.8 mil. Can't afford Neymar, or Messi, or Salah, or Putellas. So we have to go the tier below that. So, if I'm going to do a video on one of these cards, I guess I'll ask you what you would prefer to see. So, if you would prefer to see a video on Lewandowski, these are the three options. Lewandowski, Wirtz, and Zaire Emery. And they are going down. Put a 1 for Lewandowski in the chat, a 2 for Wirtz, or a 3 for Zaire Emery. Or you know what? I can actually just start a poll on YouTube. But then that won't factor in anyone on Twitch. You know what? If you're on Twitch, then you can put a number. On YouTube, let me put a poll in. Who to do the video on? Total Rush, Lewandowski, Total Rush, that's Zaire Emery. Okay. Right. It's in the chat. And Don Blakard looks unreal. 2 of you on Twitch said Wirtz. How does he compare to his inform, actually? Because Lewandowski's got a nice upgrade. See, looking at Wirtz, he is basically the same as his inform. He's got 3 pace boost, I guess. We'll see what the people say. I think Lewandowski is the biggest, a much bigger boost than Wirtz. But Zaire Emery is obviously, like him at the end of last year, his team of the season, that was crazy. And I mean, going from an 80 to an 87 is a hell of a boost. Also goes up to double 4-star. It's a very nice increase. Gets intercepts. But yeah, we'll see what people say. Again, Wirtz's upgrades aren't as big. That's actually, it's not incredible. Compared to his inform, it's basically the same. Lewandowski though. So yeah, Wirtz has got the least votes as it stands. Keep voting, guys, on who you would like to see the most. If I'm going to do a video on one of these. Whereas like Lewandowski, 8 more pace is big. Passing upgrade is nice as well. Agility goes up by 5, even though he only goes up 1 in dribbling. Playstyle's the same, roll's the same. He could actually be unbelievable, Lewandowski. Which again is why we need to keep tracking these prices. They are still going down. So I think maybe if I'm going to do one of these, I would just keep these tabs open and see when these prices start going back up, and then I'll buy. Because the beauty, another reason why FUTGG is, oh, I've just realised I haven't even, I've had FUTGG on the screen the whole time when I was going through their stats. Brilliant. Oh well. But the beauty of FUTGG is that it like auto updates the lowest bin, rather than you having to refresh. So each time we go on one of these, if someone has undercut, then we're going to see it. You're surprised there, Emery's that cheap? It's because of the lack of a monster at PSG anymore, though. Like, if Mbappe was still at PSG, this card could be 1 million coins. Whereas now, I mean, you've got Dembele as like your big one. Oh. His inform's 500,000. Which, again, when compared with his base card, it's not much of an upgrade. But, like, if Mbappe's still there, then it's huge. Like, so do I have to... yeah, wow. So Messi's 3.5, Neymar 2.2, Salah 2.1, Putellas 3.4. Yeah, and Ndombele's coming in at 38k. He could actually be a really, really good centre mid. And 92... he's always had ridiculously high dribbling, Ndombele. Tomori's extinct. What app, though? Doesn't say. Oh, 750k. I mean, this is mainly due to... I mean, that... see that, again, as an upgrade. How do we... here. So, compared to his base card, 4 acceleration, 1 sprint speed. Monstrous boost on shooting, which has gone up by 20 on Tomori. Passing gets a big upgrade as well, to mean that he can actually pass out from the back. Dribbling upgrades are nice, defensive upgrades are okay, physicals are okay. I don't know if he's gained any like roles or playstyles or anything like that. Let's do a comparison to himself. I mean, his base card is still 30k. You've given him a big upgrade. And you have you've added acrobatic and power header. Did he score like some wonder goal, overhead kick or something, which is why they've boosted his shooting and given him acrobatic? Anyone know? But then volleys has only gone up by 16. Whereas shot power has gone up by 28. Like vision, short and long pass upgrades are really nice. Brush Griezmann is only 1.1. He's been out a week. So his price will have settled. Let's see. Messi's still there. Neymar 2.1. But what was it? 500,000? His, oh no, 7.75 I guess so many people are using, like at the top level, Rafa Leao is a big card. Theo Hernandez. I was shocked when I think Tom told me the other day. Base Theo Hernandez is 500,000 coins. For a left back. Have we ever seen anything like that for a fullback? Surely not. For a base gold. Like even Van Dijk. I swear wasn't that expensive last year, was he? How much is his inform? Ludicrous. I mean, I will say, I think Bruiser Plus is the best defensive playstyle this year. So having that is massive. And Anticipate, and Rapid and Quickstep, and Relentless. He does also have really, really good physicals. Great dribbling, to be fair, as well. I mean, it is a monster card. But 500,000 is insane. Oh, look. Lewandowski's gone up a tiny bit. Wirtz has gone up a tiny bit. Zaire-Emery's come down. Maybe we need to go on the second account and start looking at Lewandowski. And see if he is starting to head back up. And if so, maybe that's our time to strike. Pick him up. Do a video on him. Hopefully sell him and not lose hundreds of thousands of coins. That's the aim. Liam, that's optimistic. How much is he coming in at normally? Oh, to be fair, it is the cheapest one on the market. If anyone wants company, then it's being sold in the chat. 980. Yeah, 440 though. $750,000. Crazy that people were bidding on him for like 3.5 mil as soon as he came out. People are just morons. Someone bought him. Lovely stuff. So it's whether we see these hop up now. His just went up. That's the same. Because I don't normally do this. If I do a video on someone, I normally wait a few days. However, videos on new players will do better the sooner they're out. And so it does make more sense. Let me quickly check. Lewandowski, after 20 votes in the poll, has come out on top. So it's whether we go for him now and hope that he goes up from this point. Neither of them seem to be moving, which I don't know if that's terrifying or a good thing. I mean, I've got 1.9 mil, so I can afford to lose coins. I'd just rather not. Oh. See, look, that's not going up, is it? Yeah, the couple that we could have got there. Verts. I guess it's actually quite handy that these are close to each other in price. It will make flipping between them quite easy. I mean, he stayed there for 5 minutes now. So if he was heading back up, you'd imagine that it would sell and basically be really listed straight away. And there's another. So it's whether they had a little peak back upwards. Are they going to stay around the same thing? What it might be is that I end up just sitting and waiting for another hour or so, and then I'll pick up a player and do a video on them. But I don't do this often enough to know the exact, well, not exact, but consistent times that these players will hit their peaks or troughs and then go the other way. But I do agree with what Jack said on a video that a lot of the time, a player, once they are released, will go down as they're being packed, but then as soon as people's packs sort of dry up, you'll see them go back up. So I think maybe we could be close to the bottom, because you're not seeing them fly in under the price. If 10 got listed in the next minute or so under 1 million coins, then maybe you're still heading down in price. But we may have hit the bottom of where he's going to go to, and then he might well rebound up. There's still only one under 1 mil, but it's not being bought up instantly, which again is not a sign of his price going up. Otherwise, you'd think that card would be out of there. All of these would be gone if his price was heading back up right now. So maybe I go and grab some foods and wait until he starts going up, and then we make a Lewandowski video that we try and get out tomorrow or Sunday. And maybe this can be what we try and do on the content account going forward, is new cards, actually make videos on them within the first couple of days instead of waiting until Thursday next week to do a Lewandowski video when everyone's ready for the next promo by that point. Because, I mean, there's just no more being added. Or bought, though. His price is just staying. No one's adding to or removing any of these cards from the market. So maybe that's my... See, why would you not undercut? I don't know. It's where you've got to trust the market and trust the people on the market to not absolutely screw you. Foreign Vert's gone down another 10k. Zaire Emery's gone back up 10k. Neymar's gone down a little bit further. I'm just going to keep an eye on this, I think. And I plan to make a Robert Lewandowski Total Rush video. Right, so finally someone bought the 997. And that video will be with you either tomorrow or the day after. That will be the plan for my evening and morning, I guess. I will stream champs for the RTG. However, as I discussed earlier, I would like to do more morning champs because the gameplay in the evenings is absolutely horrible. So I don't really fancy playing any of my champs tonight because I know it'll be a delayed mess. And as the chat gets quieter and stuff like that as well, it lends itself to saying, you know what, we'll do it over the weekend. And in the meantime, maybe we'll get a player or two and do some content on them. His price is just staying. So I'm not going to risk buying one just yet. I'll probably give it like another half an hour to see whether it goes up or down. And then the video definitely won't be out tonight, but maybe tomorrow, maybe Sunday. I will be doing champs on both accounts this weekend again. Will I be doing all of it on stream? Couldn't tell you. Haven't decided. But the Road to Glory will nearly always all be on stream. Whereas the content account is more the one where I might do like some games off stream or whatever. I don't exactly know. So the plan is also going to be to record with James maybe over the weekend or early next week. And we'll probably do like a Market Mayhem with him because we did one of those for his channel. But because of the timings and stuff, he had to go to the doctors and everything like that. We didn't... And I had to do the Too Cool video, which, speaking of, if you haven't checked it out and you're watching on YouTube, please go on over to the football channel and check out the Tommy T video that I did yesterday. Or if you're watching on Twitch, you can do the same. I would really appreciate it because I did a video basically talking about how Too Cool has, like, his story, basically, combined with what he may bring to England in terms of potential team setups. So if you could check it out and leave me some feedback in the comments or whatever, I would really appreciate that because we're trying to push the football channel and see how it goes. So yeah, that video is out on there. We'll probably Aiden, it's !FUTTIE. FOOTY for the second channel. Yeah, I'll probably be recording with James soon, so you'll get a collab video. You'll get this Lewandowski video in the next 48 hours. Oh my god. See, why are they being listed for that? Why are people not going under the mil mark? Very odd. Very, very odd. And I'm just going to sit here looking at his lovely face for the next half an hour or so whilst his price either settles or goes one way or the other. So I think the video will be a mixture of the Garnacho and Keane videos in terms of the style. We'll go in and we'll do stuff live, but then maybe we'll flash up like different stats and play stars and recommendations and stuff throughout the video. I think it's going to be a bit of a mixture of the two. And then at the end, maybe we'll do a quick overview of the things I really liked, the things that I disliked, and stuff like that. Because hopefully we can get entertainment mixed with informative for a video. But yeah, sadly, I thought that this was potentially going to be the point where the prices really change. Verts is down to 940. And Zaire Emery's now gone down as well. So Neymar's just dropped to 1.6. I'm going to leave it and go and get some food and then record in a bit. So I will say a big old thank you to every single person that has been a part of today's stream. Whether you're watching on Twitch or whether you're watching on YouTube, I really appreciate it. If you hit the like button on YouTube, you're a legend. Liam, you'll have to let us know if he's any good. If you haven't, please, please, please go and check out the Tommy Tuchel video, because I thought it came out really good and I hope that people enjoy it. And I'm looking for feedback on those videos to improve them, because if I put them out there and people like leave a like on it, that's okay. But if there are problems or things that could be improved, I'd really like to know via comments and feedback so that we can make future ones even better. So if you could spare like 15 minutes for that video, then it's on the football channel. That link is in the chat on YouTube and Twitch right now. But for me, and for now, I think that is going to be it. And I will see you at some point tomorrow for another stream and maybe a Robert Lewandowski video. You'll have to wait and see. Might be Sunday, depending on what his price does. But enjoy the rest of your night. Enjoy the weekend. Prediction for tomorrow, we're going to win 3-1. Oh my goodness. Incredible scenes. Have a good one, everybody. I will see you again very, very soon. Good night and goodbye. Vamp, yes, I forgot to change the Road to Glory thing on the cam. But we're basically going to buy Lewandowski and do a review video over the weekend. But I'm waiting for his price to change. So yeah, in a bit, everybody. Have a good one. Check out the Thomas Tuchel video. Bye, 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 bye.